Hey you guys. So yes, dreadlock extensions all by myself. Yes, this wasn't my original intent. When I wanted to get dreadlock extensions, I was definitely looking at going to a salon to have them done here in Korea. And you can find black hair salons in Korea. Most are in Seoul or in another city called Daegu. But just based on what I felt that they could offer and do for my hair in terms of what I really wanted, I just felt that it was better for me to just do it on my own. The main concern for me was that I wanted, since I want this to be a permanent hairstyle so that my hair can lock into it, this is sort of a transitional style into my own actual locks, and I wanted to have human kinky hair used. And the salons that I, had called, there was one in particular that I wanted to go to that's a little closer to me, that's in Daegu, and they did kinky twists for me back in the fall. And so I liked their style. It's run by these two African women. And when I told them I wanted loc extensions, and I said, well, what type of hair do you use for that? And they said, oh, we only use synthetic hair. And I knew that, knowing I wanted this to be permanent, that I did not want, synthetic hair. Plus, I'll just share a quick story. Last summer, I went and got dreadlock extensions in Seoul at the salon. They did a great job, and it was sort of a trial style. I just wanted to see how it would look. And it looked really nice, but the synthetic hair, it just has so much weight. Especially, it was just so heavy, it was uncomfortable. They also did it a little bit tight, even though I told them in the process, make it not as tight. But even after, just the weight of the dreads. And they were about as thick as, my middle finger. And I could just feel the weight, and it was just uncomfortable sleeping in them. They were just so tight, so big. And I took them out after a week, and I just wore the box braids that were underneath, because you have to create a box braid first as the base, and then you wrap the hair around it. But I took them out after a week, and I wore the box braids. But I was like, okay, the next time I do this, I want them to be permanent. I'm going to have, some actual human kinky hair used, nothing synthetic, because the weight, even the look of it, you could tell it was synthetic. Just the look is not the same. And this is, human kinky hair that I use. So I did it myself. I told the women at the salon, okay, well, I do prefer human kinky hair, but if I order the hair, and I went online, I found the hair at this website called houseofbeautyworld.com. I ordered, I'll show you the hair. It's the Vivica 8-box hair collection, and I actually have a little bit left over. If you've never seen human kinky hair, basically, it looks like, it's human hair, like what my afro hair looks like. It's springy, it's kinky, it's the real thing, it mats, it naps quickly, so I like it. So this is the best to use if you're going to go with, having this be permanent. It looks better, it feels better, it's not as heavy, it's better. So I told them, well, I'll order the hair, but, if you use it. And they said, oh, it's fine. But the thing is, they also told me they had never even heard about using human kinky hair. I was just like, you never heard about using this kind of hair? And to me, their stylists, they've been braiding and doing hair for all these years, but I was like, you never knew about using human kinky hair. They had no idea. They were like, really? They were like, how does it look and what does it look like? I'm like, I just had this feeling, my intuition was telling me, you're going to buy this hair and pay all this money for this hair, and these women have never used it. They have no experience with this hair. You guys that have already been on YouTube, you've seen tutorials, it looks easy, you can do this yourself. And I just went ahead and did it myself. I even went to another salon just to maybe sort of get a second, to see if there was another woman who had, familiarity with this hair. And she also looked at me like I was crazy, she was almost laughing at me. She was like, I've never heard of using human kinky hair. I was like, okay, I'm just going to do this myself. So I did it myself. I actually, in terms of the amount of hair that I used, this packet, you get 2 bundles. So you get a bundle here, it's about as high as up to here, and another bundle here. And I originally ordered 3 because I thought, oh, it looks like enough, 3 will be enough. I actually went through 6 boxes. Yeah, so in total, 12 bundles of hair. So I did this. I started making the box braid because, again, you have to start with a base. And that took me about 10 hours, the first night I did it. I don't know why originally when I ordered this hair, I was like, oh, I can do this in a weekend. No. And plus I work a 9 to 5, so I had to this was pretty much like my homework. I got off work, I would come home, and I would just do a few dreads a night, and then go to sleep, and then just kind of just do it each night until I finished. But I had to make the, I had to make the parts because I wanted the parts to be even, And, you know, I wanted to do, you know, as best job as I could. I went online, YouTube, I watched tutorial after tutorial, practice, I watched how they did it. And, you know, I had to make the, you know, the base, and you basically make a, sort of like a partial box braid, like you take the kinky hair, add it, you know, to your hair, make a braid about 1 inch, and you just leave the ends free. And then that's your base, and you just basically take the hair and you have to wrap it around. And you kind of want to spread it as you go so that, you know, it's even, and then it covers it evenly, and then it's more secure, and then it doesn't slip off. So, yeah, I mean, it took me 12 days to do it. But I'm pleased, you know, I wanted to take my time. I didn't want to rush through it because I'm like, if I'm going to do this, I pay for this hair. I want to, you know, make sure I'm doing the best job that I can. And I think by about the 5th or 6th day, I had my wrapping method was pretty much down. I could basically do it, you know, looking at the mirror, watching TV, you know, as I, you know, did a section that ran out, I would sort of do a quick palm roll to kind of tighten it, and then I would continue and add more length. So it did take a while, but I'm pleased with the results. And, yeah, another motivation is I just want a new hairstyle. I've been natural for about 5 years now. I pretty much wore a fro and 2-stranded twists off and on, mostly a fro for the most part. But also in Korea, you know, the summers are so humid, and I mean, I did, you know, box braids and, you know, that sort of thing, but with my hair being natural, like, eventually through the straight hair, you know, when the hair is added, my actual hair will start to show through the straight braid as it, you know, as it starts to go back to itself, like if I wash it or if it rains. So then it starts to peek through the straight braid. So to me, just, I don't know, I think that this is the better style in terms of I'm natural, my hair is natural, and also I'm worried about the edges. Like, that was another concern for me. Like, I'm very do-it-yourself, and it's like I'm very sensitive about, you know, stylists that want to do tight braiding and, like, pull at your edges, because, like, once that's gone, and I'm like, I'm not trying to walk around with, like, my edges just looking totally jacked up. So I did it myself, you know, to the tightness, to the degree that I like it. That's not too tight, and it's comfortable, it's not too big, and it's just the right size. And yeah, I finished this like towards the end of last month, and I'm already like in the 3rd week of this, and I can already like feel my hair, like it's really, the locks are really like getting tighter. Like I can feel the hair like really starting to, you know, sort of come together with like each day. But like today I had it, I've been wearing different styles, but today I sort of put it like in this side ponytail, and I did like a sort of like a French braid on the side, and I took this scarf, it's in a knot, but I took this scarf and I just kind of used it as a ponytail holder, and I just kind of had it off to the side. But I'll just kind of show you how it looks. So like I had the side braided, and yeah, so this is, yeah, so like I said, I mean, my edges are still, you know, intact, you know, nothing's pulled, you know, nothing is, you know, irritated. I'll show the back as well. Probably gonna see the back. But yeah, so this is the back, and I pretty much started like, oh yeah, another thing you're probably wondering, like, if it took you 12 days, then how did you wear your hair when you were at work? What I did, like, once I finished the box braids originally, and I was like, okay, this took me 10 hours, it's gonna take me a few days to actually finish all these dreads. What I did was I decided to start at the edges. So I started like at the back and sort of just around. So I kind of started around, and the last part that was finished was sort of at the crown. So I basically was just like, I was creative with like headscarves. I have like big colorful headscarves, and I would just sort of like have it on, and I would just sort of like have like a bun, you know, wrapped in the back, and that would just kind of hold me, you know, until I finished my hair. And I pretty much was wearing the scarves for like a week and a half until I was able to finish. But I'm pleased with it, and I washed it. I've already washed it once since they've been in my hair. And wow, you can just really feel the difference between synthetic and human kinky hair, and this definitely feels a lot better. It's worth it. You know, I don't have any regrets, and it's to my liking. And I will have to twist some of the roots in the back this weekend because I do have a bit of new growth. But in terms of the products that I'm also using, I don't want to use anything heavy. Excuse me. So I'm using this is almond oil. If you've never seen almond oil, I'm pretty much into natural products. So if something has like ingredients that I cannot pronounce, I do not put it on my hair. I don't put it on my skin. I don't put it in my mouth. So I use almond oil, and I put it in a bottle like this to make it easier, you know, for my scalp, and you know, to get into those parts. And to add a nice smell, I also ordered yeah, the site I ordered these from is iherb.com. They pretty much, if you don't know about them, they're amazing. Like, they pretty much have like wholesale, discounted, you know, natural hair products, body products, even food. Like if you're into like organic foods and stuff, they sell all that on their website. So I pretty much order stuff from them like almost twice a month. But I use this essential oil, which is lemongrass. It has a really nice smell. It smells like lemon pie. There's a way to describe it, but it smells really good, and it just has a wonderful scent, like really invigorating. So I use this to the almond oil. I spray this rose water and glycerin like on my hair, like in the morning, and on my scalp to kind of add some moisture, and it makes it really soft and smells really nice. And also this is kind of the same. It has aloe vera, glycerin, witch hazel base, and like also rose water added to it, so it kind of is similar to this one. So I kind of like interchange between the both of them. And it's also great on your scalp because the witch hazel is very cleansing as well. Oh yeah, and aloe vera gel. I use this for the flyaways and, you know, just sort of palm rolling and just trying to make, you know, keeping some of the frizzies away. So aloe vera gel has really helped me as well. So I'm also going to use this when I work on some of the twisting on my roots. And this is all natural. It doesn't have any preservatives or anything added to it. And all this that I showed you is from iherb.com. So yeah, so that's the story, and maybe I'll do like an update video as I'm maybe another few months into this. But I'm pleased with the style. I'm pleased that I was able to do this on my own. And yeah, it was worth the process. It was definitely a long process, but I'm happy, and I'm not a hair expert, so if you have any hair questions, I mean, I just know it works for me. And, you know, again, these are also new products that I started using, you know, the rose water and all that, the glycerin, aloe vera. So, I mean, it's going to be a journey for me, but I'm excited. And, yeah, so thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.